Hey YouTube, this is Orion doing another video of current open tag going around all knife reviewing channels. This is the top 5 folders from your collection with a twist. Now the twist is usually the fact that we can't come down to just having 5 knives in each category. In all the categories, I'm the same. A couple of these categories I have actually more than one knife. I couldn't actually stop and say, well, this knife is the one and only in that category, because I bought several that suit it. Anyway, the categories consist of a Grail, Tank, Performer, Shocker, and Overall. There are the knives laid out. Okay, Grail first. I'll talk about the Grail at the end, but at the moment I don't actually own my Grail. I'm still looking for it. I've come to the conclusion that I'll probably need to get a true custom flipper built to my specifications, as I can't seem to be able to find a production knife that ticks all the boxes for me, and any of the mid-techs and customs that I've seen around the place, again, don't seem to tick every box that I want, although some of them may do. I'm still looking. As I said, I'm looking, but I'll go through the Grail at the end. Okay, the next category is Tank. I've got one in that category, my Zero Tolerance 920. Perfectly suits the Tank category. It's a big burly knife with quite thick stock and a beautiful recurved blade. Lots of options. Fits my hand very well. Your thumb goes straight up onto that jimping. You also have the option of going forward like that, so you can bear down on things. It's got really good lockup. And overall, a worthy Tank knife. For a big knife too, it really fires well. All these knives here fire pretty well. The only one that is a little bit sluggish is that one. The next one is the Steel Wheel Cutjack. This is in the Performer category, and I actually have 2 in the Performer categories. The Steel Wheel Cutjack is a really good practical user and performer. It's reasonably thin stock, and a flat grind makes it cut really well. Fits my hand well, and for this one actually has a usable front choil. You can come up, bear on it, and really get down into cutting, and like cutting mediums like cardboard and that. This is, between these two, are the best performers that I've got. They're just really slicey blades and really work well. There's the lockup. It's got really good lockup. It's almost 90% for a line lock. That's my first user. Show the blade. Next one is the Practic, the wee Practic. It's a bit smaller knife. You can see the difference in sizes. There they are. The wee Practic really surprised me. It's got thin stock and a hollow grind, and again, it just slices through things really well. Wee's really good pocket clip there. There's the lockup on it one. It's quite light. I'd actually like it a little bit better, but I'm hoping it'll wear in a bit. Again, really good flipper, but for a small knife, This one actually fits my hand. The handle's disappeared just there, but the only thing I don't like about this one is the front choil, the finger choil. If you use it, if you're careful, I can go there, but I can feel it's already digging into my finger there. So you can do it, but you just have to be very careful, and then you can cut and slice with it like that. That's my other user M390s in the performer category. Next one, the shocker. Maxace Corvus 2. It really surprised me. I've only had this one for a little while, but it has been getting a lot of pocket time. I really like it. It's got a usable modified Warncliffe blade that is quite piercy. It's a bit stabby, but yeah. And the flat grind, it cuts almost as well as these two. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. There it is in my hand. Fits my hands really well. What's unusual for this one is you can thumb flick it, which is not my cup of tea, but I like the flipper. But with this one, you can actually do that with the, you can actually thumb flip it. Spidey flicking, it's hit and miss. I probably won't be able to do it on camera. Yeah, the detent's quite stiff and you can't load it up enough to get it to fire out. I've occasionally been able to do that, but not on camera here. Behind the camera, see it just doesn't deploy properly. Use that or thumb flick it, works every time. And that's my user. That's my shocker. Anyone who knows me knows the next two knives are going to come up. I've fallen in love with both of these knives as soon as I bought them. The Real Steel Megalodon, probably second best flipper I own. Aesthetically and its design, I really like it. It's just a little bit slippery. That's the only thing. The full tie, it tends to be a bit slippery. But there it is in my hand. I take up the whole handle of it. The forward choil you can't really use. It's a sharpening choil. You go onto the blade as soon as you go onto it. There's the lockup, which is quite good. Very good, actually. And the Horizon D, Reate Horizon D, just happens to be the best flipper I own. It's one of the reasons why I picked it as my overall most favourite, but it fits my hand really well. Finger goes straight up on there. I've also had this one sharpened, so it is still really sharp. Professionally sharpened by knife grinders. It's also a visually very striking knife with the blue anodizations of the fingerprint anodizing on the clip. But that comes to my honourable mention and what I would want to see in a Grail knife. I'll talk about that now. This is the Reate Torrent 2015, and I love lots of things about this knife, except for the action while it's still good, it's just a little bit less snappy than the D, and quite a bit less snappy than that one, the Megalodon. You can feel it. It's just a little bit sluggish. But I love that pocket clip. I love the external blade stop pins. And for my Grail, I would actually like to see all bits and pieces of all these three knives all added together into one knife, amalgamated into my perfect knife. It would probably be very similar shape to this one, with the handle shape. I like the harpoon blade stops, the external milling on here. Backspacer would be added on. But yeah, as I said, there's many things that I would take off each knife, add them all together, and that would be my custom Grail pocket knife, if I could do that. Anyway, that's I'll go through it again. My Grail, I'd like a custom built, combining those three. The tank, Zero Tolerance 920. Performer, steel wheel, Cutjack, and Practic. Shocker is the Maxace Corvus 2. Overall favourites in my collection are the Reate Horizon D and the Real Steel Megalodon Titan 2017. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you could, please subscribe, as that would be really good. Anyway, thanks for watching.